מבקש, כך ניתן מצב רוח לעלות ונתייאש. כשהשן עליי דוהר בוער, אני לא מהר, לא סופר על העבר, מוותר מרגיש את הרגע, פוגע במציאות, נוגע, שופע לא גורע ותמיד יודע שאם לא נפחד, הראש יתחדד, לא ניפרד, נתאחד. כי מה שלי ומה שלך זוהי דרך חדשה, כשהשמש עולה על כולנו מהירה, אז עם הפחד בצד, שבט אחים ואחיות מאוחד. הנה 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 pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. שבט אחים ואחיות שרק רוצים לחיות, להיות להבות, התקוות בעיניים פתוחות, בידיים אוהבות ומקבלות, ובידיעה שכולנו משפחה, באמונה שתוכנו יש מקום גדול לאהבה. כשהמים זורמים הם אותנו מובילים, מרומים מצבעים, כי מה שלי ומה שלך זוהי דרך חדשה, כשהשמש עולה על כולנו מהירה, אז עוד שנייה הנה זה בא, כמו הנשמה, נשמה, נשימה. הנה הנה אני מבקש, כך ניתן מצב רוח לעלות ונתייאש. כשהשן עליי דוהר בוער, אני לא מהר, לא סופר על העבר, מוותר מרגיש את הרגע, פוגע במציאות, נוגע, שופע לא גורע ותמיד יודע שאם לא נפחד, הראש יתחדד, לא ניפרד, נתאחד. כי מה שלי ומה שלך זוהי דרך חדשה, כשהשמש עולה על כולנו מהירה, אז עם הפחד בצד, שבט אחים ואחיות מאוחד. הנה הנה for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. שבט אחים ואחיות שרק רוצים לחיות, להיות להבות, התקוות בעיניים פתוחות, בידיים אוהבות ומקבלות, ובידיעה שכולנו משפחה, באמונה שתוכנו יש מקום גדול לאהבה. כשהמים זורמים הם אותנו מובילים, מרומים מצבעים, כי מה שלי הוא מה שלך זוהי דרך חדשה, כשהשמש עולה על כולנו מהירה. אז עוד שנייה, הנה זה בא, כמו הנשמה, נשמה, נשימה.
Really, just give it this sanctified prayer, holy prayer, then you get it on the steps. You do it. So just close your eyes, and then even though I don't know if you're familiar with this, but I like to teach you this part of it. Because seeing like the words you're saying, but in the second part, when I say how big it is, you write it, how big it is, the calm response. And how sweet it is, how sweet it is. You have to write. Okay. So this is by Ariane. This song serves why we go travel with some friends. You know, and anybody online, if you want to put something in the chat box, it'll be you and use that to see it.
Up here as well. Okay. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, זה ואחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, זה ואחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, זה ואחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים ואחים גם יחד. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im sheve'achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im sheve'achim gam yachad. Shalom Aleichem, 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 Shalom Aleichem. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im sheve'achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im sheve'achim gam yachad. So welcome, and we're glad to see everybody here tonight. Thank you for coming, despite the rain. You made it, so that's wonderful. And we have, we'll do a lot of music during the service. And some of the things, this next one for Candle Blessing, I'd like to teach you because it's a different tune that we haven't done here before, or I've done it, but we don't do very often. And so this one we can sing through one time. Again, the words are the same, so you know this. And I'd like Saul, want to come up, do the honors for Candle Blessing.
Sing it now?
Well, we'll wait till he does the lights, and then we'll sing. Yeah. Oh, good old matches. Always have a backup plan. Plan B.
Oh, come on now.
There you go.
There we go.
Third time was a charm. Uh-oh.
Okay. Try it this way.
There you go. Yes. To the challenge.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. So this, the words are the same, so see if you can sing along with me. It's a pretty tune. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lechadlik ner v'tzivanu lechadlik ner v'tzivanu lechadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. So hopefully we'll hear that some more in other services, but we'll see. And next on page, and let me get my sheet out here. On page 130, we join together in singing Lehu Lehanana, which means, come let us sing to Adonai, let us raise our voices in jubilation to the rock of our deliverance. And that's what we're singing about. So. לכו לרננה, לכו לרננה, לכו לרננה לאדוני. לכו לרננה, לכו לרננה, לכו לרננה לאדוני. נריה, נריה, לצור ישנו, נקרמה פניו בתודה. נריה, נריה, לצור ישנו, בזמירות נריה לו. לכו לרננה, לכו לרננה, לכו לרננה לאדוני. 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 And next we turn to page 138. 138. And we will be singing Lahadodi, welcoming the Sabbath bride. And we'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And as we're accustomed, before we sing the last verse, everybody rise and face the front to welcome the Sabbath bride. And then afterwards we'll greet each other. And then we'll pick up with the refrain at the very end. Okay? And this one is a recent, I think we did this when the choir was here last. This is from Becky Mann when she was here visiting us. And this is her version of L'chadodi, so it's sort of different. And the refrain is, I guess we can play the refrain just to give practice. And it starts at whoa, whoa. You have to start, whoa. Yalalai lechadodi, yalalai lekrat kala, yalalai penei Shabbat nikabela. Can y'all do that? Yes? Of course. Okay. So, but the whoa is a good part. You got to do that when you come in, right? Whoa, yalalai lechadodi, yalalai lekrat kala, yalalai penei Shabbat nikabela. Okay, so then we'll go into the verses. Okay. Shamo v'zachor b'tipur echad, ishmiyanu el ha'miyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiveret b'litila. Whoa, yalalai lechadodi. Yalalai likrat kala, yalalai penei Shabbat nikabela, likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mikor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat gila. Oh, yalalai lechadodi, yalalai likrat kala, yalalai penei Shabbat nikabela. Hitoreri, kiva orechu miori, ori shedaberi, kivod Adonai alayich ligla. Oh, yalalai lechadodi, yalalai likrat kala, yalalai penei Shabbat nikabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. You may greet each other and wish everybody a Shabbat. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. A lot of work, right? Shabbat Shalom.
At least next week's a relatively short week.
I know, yeah, for me it is. For me it is. Yalalai P'nei Shabbat, P'nei Shabbat Nikabela, P'nei Shabbat Nikabela, P'nei Shabbat Nikabela. So everybody's seated. This is good. So next we go to page 140, and we have Tov L'Chodot. And the meaning of this song is it's good to give thanks to Adonai and to sing God's name on high. So that's what we're actually praying in the song, praying for in the song. And this you're mostly familiar with, so. Tov L'Chodot L'Adonai, Uzameh L'Shimcha Elyon. Tov L'Chodot L'Adonai, Uzameh L'Shimcha Elyon. On this the day of days, my lips shall sing your praise, for I know that you'll always be here surrounding me. Tov L'Chodot L'Adonai, Uzameh L'Shimcha Elyon. Tov L'Chodot L'Adonai, Uzameh L'Shimcha Elyon. My spirit takes release, I close my eyes in peace, and from my soul heard far above springs a song of love. Tov L'Chodot L'Adonai, Uzameh L'Shimcha Elyon. Tov L'Chodot L'Adonai, Uzameh L'Shimcha Elyon. I wish to understand the wonders works of your hand, for all the blessings that are mine rise from your design. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzameh l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzameh l'shimcha elyon. Uzameh l'shimcha elyon. And next we turn to page 146, and we rise for the Baruch Hu. Let me do. It's over here. Okay. Ukulele. We're going to have a little duet going here, so we'll see. Go ahead. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevarach. Baruch Adonai HaMevarach Le'olam Vayed, Le'olam Vayed. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Please be seated. Okay. And now we turn to page 150 as we read together, starting with, and it's the Ahavat Olam, but we'll read it in English together. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night will reflect on them, for they are our life. It lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. And the next part, we're going to do something a little bit different. The Shema we've been chanting sometimes, but this time we're going to sing what's actually written in Debbie Friedman's song with You Shall Love Adonai Your God. So we'll rise for the Shema, and then when we're through with that part, I'll just motion you to sit down and we'll continue on with the song. Okay? Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kivod Shem Kivod Malchuto leolam vayed. And thou shalt love Adonai thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in thy heart, shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt speak of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up, and when thou risest up, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them on the doorposts of thy house, and upon thy gates, and upon thy gates, that ye may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God. And that was the V'ahavta portion, as you probably recognized. And now we go to our freedom song, which is Mi Chamocha. And this one is by Richard Silverman, and I think you've heard this one before. And Ron, go ahead. Mi Chamocha Bayalim Adonai, Mi Chamocha Nedar Bakodesh, Norati lo tosefel, Norati lo tosefel, Mahalechutecha Ra'u Vanecha, Pokei Yam Lifnei Moshe Miriam, Zeili Zeili Anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam vayed, Ya ba ba bim 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 bam, Ya ba 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 bim bam, Ya ba ba bim 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 bam, Ya ba 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 bim bam, ay 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 ay, Ya ba 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 bim bam, ay 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 ay, Ya ba 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 bim bam. And next on page 160, I'm sorry, we have Hashkivenu, which is our prayer for peaceful rest and keep the evil spirits away from us as we sleep, and that hopefully we'll wake up in the morning and be in good condition, good shape. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 And now we turn to 164, page 164, as we rise for tefillah. Adonai tzifata tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכה חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניכם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל הרב תברושיח, מוריד הטל. מחיי חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. צומק נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיע ישועה, ונתת לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יחלו חסד לך. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. And we continue to pray silently through page 181. And may be seated when you're finished. And I neglected to say a Shabbat Shalom to Simon and also to JD, who are both watching online. So Shabbat Shalom to you. Glad you could join us online. Let's see. Okay. And next we'll sing together Shalom Rav, and this is a familiar tune to most of you. So that's Mr. Ron. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. And at this time, we like to remember those who are in need of healing. And we have the following names on our list: Ellen Shannock, Ellen Altschuler, Ellen Confino, Danny Owen, Nelson Petticourt, Michelle Platts, Nancy Ferguson, Liam Sanford, Eileen Linton, Joyce Putoff, Chuck Campbell, Stephen Giller, Margaret Ann Goldsmith, Al Jupiter, Joy Suskind, Lynn Weil, Sarah Ballon, Suzanne Horsley, Charlie Appleby, Wayne Copeland, Jane Altschuler, Dee Berkowitz, Sharon Schuff, Rebecca Stewart, and Renata Limmer. If there are any other names you'd like to mention for healing, please do so as my eyes meet yours. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. And also, yeah, okay. And now we'll sing Mishe Berach. Mishe Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Yamotenu, with the source of strength, who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha Yavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And we turn now to page 552, and we read together for a prayer for the state of Israel. Get there. We read together. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. Now, when I was thinking about the Devar Torah, the Torah portion this week, there are about 5 different items. It's sort of a mix of different things. This is when the Israelites had been in the desert for 2 years. So as you might expect, they were getting a little bit antsy. And one thing that I want to talk about, the topic of today's portion, is less kvetch, more fetch. And I will explain it to you as we go through this. So, and the original, does anybody know the actual definition of kvetch in Yiddish? What it is? It means to squeeze. Squeeze. So, I guess squeezing the patience out of somebody may be related. No, it's possible. But at any rate, most people know the meaning today, what kvetch means. And most people are familiar with Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm. You've seen him, yes? No? This? Oh, sorry. It's okay. We'll put it down. We didn't want the bottle showing. Okay. So anyway, Larry David, to me, is the finest example of a kvetcher. And if you've listened to any of his programs and shows, even on the airplanes, you can see them. He will talk about something, he'll complain, but then, well, you give him an excuse and you say, why this is? And you say, yeah, but, and there's still something wrong. It still isn't quite right. And it never will be, because that's his persona. That's Larry's persona. So I was looking to talk about kvetching. I thought that was a worthwhile topic, really. And some people have written that it's in our DNA. That's part of being Jewish, you have to kvetch, right? So I looked at different things, and one of the commentaries by Rick Jacobs, who's the head of URJ, is pretty much in line with what I wanted to say. So a lot of what I'm reading to you is from his commentary, but I thought it was very well put, so I hope you enjoy it. And he talks about an author called Michael Wex, and he wrote a book, Born to Kvetch. So in his book, he has a little story about an example of a good kvetcher. So this is how it goes. So he wrote, a man boards a Chicago-bound train in Grand Central Station. He sits down across from an old man reading a Yiddish newspaper. Half an hour later, after the train has left the station, the old man puts down his paper and starts to whine like a frightened child. Oi, I am thirsty. I am thirsty. I am thirsty. The guy's thirsty, right? So the other man is at the end of his rope after 5 minutes. Enough is enough, yeah? So he gets up, makes his way to the water cooler at the end of the car, fills up a cup of water, starts walking back, and he says, no. He fills up the second cup of water, comes to the seat, and the old man is clearing his throat, looks up, and the man holds him a cup of water. He drains that cup. So we have 2 cups of water now, right? So he drinks that as well. And the man allows himself a little sigh of thanks, leans into a seat, tilts his forehead toward the ceiling, and says just as loudly as before, Oy, I was thirsty. Still fetching. So what's changed? But so this from Rick Jacobs, he quoted this, and it illustrates that when what we reflect on, is my glass half empty? Is my glass half full? And the question is, do some of us actually see the glass at all? So, and speaking of the biblical ancestors, in this particular Torah portion, they'd been, as I mentioned, they've been in the desert 2 years, and they started complaining about not having meat. They wanted the same food they'd had in Egypt. And they had fruit and they had meat, and of course they forget that they were slaves, they forgot that, but they were getting tired of eating manna, right? So they said, we want something different. So God got sort of angry with them and poured so many quails down on them. They said they will have it coming out their noses. They will be so thick of eating meat, really. So God was getting very angry with them at any rate. So let me read to you what Rick Jacobs wrote. I thought it was pretty good. And our biblical ancestors were struggling for the spirituality of appreciation, to appreciate the food, the manna that they had. But they got tired of it, obviously. It wasn't all the food they had had, even when they were in Egypt, but to appreciate that which we have and not to just long for what others have, seemingly more of or better than. So I think one of the fundamentals of becoming a community of spiritual practice is to do less of the kvetch, and these are my words, and more of the fetch, but I'll get to that part as well. So let's examine this further. In the same parsha, in chapter 10, verse 25, is a pretty remarkable little piece of spiritual greatness. It turns out that the different tribes are described not only having different numeric strengths, but different qualities and different roles. And the tribe of Dan, it's told to us that they're the ones who bring up the rear. Now, the Hebrew word to describe their role is they are ma'aseh, from asefah, which is gathering or an assembly. So ma'aref means to gather up all the things that are lost along the way. Just imagine all these people trekking through the desert. There are things that get left behind. And this, when you go camping, clean your campsite, right? Don't leave anything behind. Same idea. But most importantly, people could get left behind. The vulnerable, the older, the young, the ones who have trouble walking and moving through the vast terrain. And the job of the tribe of Dan was not to leave anyone behind. So this question, if you want to know what it means to be a spiritual community, it means not to leave anyone behind. How have each of us today brought up the rear, made sure that those who are society may be discarding, overlooking, leaving behind, that we are the ones who say, no, 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 not on our watch. We're going to help those people. We're going to give them our arm. We're going to give them our resources, our love, our care. And again, my words, we're going to fetch them. So less fetch, more fetch. Look after the ones you need to look after and bring them along with you. And in that way, the journey through the desert brought out some of the really difficult, challenging parts to our collective understanding. And it also brought out some of our greatness. And so too today. How do we make sure, as a community, to focus in, and frankly, that which is a gift, a blessing to us, acknowledge the challenges and do everything we can to fix them? But if we could, as a wider community, become those like the tribe of Dan, then we are the Ma'aseh. We are those who, no matter, everyone else can walk right by those vulnerable ones who are about to be left behind. And we say, no, that's not who we are. It's not who our ancestors were. And they found the strength to carry those people on a journey. How long was their journey? It wasn't a day, it wasn't a couple of days, it was 40 years. And today in all our communities, wherever we live in the Jewish world, whether it's North America, somewhere around the world, or in the state of Israel, who are those people who are so vulnerable? And I just think that's what it means to be a spiritual community of courage, of depth, and of conviction. That's who we are striving to become. So let us appreciate the ways in which we do that. And let's also recommit ourselves to be those individuals, to be those leaders who show the way by doing that work. And if someone says, why are you doing that? You say, I am Ma'aseh. I'm doing what my biblical ancestors in the tribe of Dan did, and I'm doing it with just as much courage and just as much commitment. And in that way, we'll all be on this journey. And where is this journey going? It's going to a better tomorrow. Who's going to be on that journey? Everybody. No one left behind. Less kvetch, more fetch. Shabbat shalom. Okay. And now we turn to page 587 for the Aleinu, the closing of our service. Okay. Where'd it go? Oh, sorry, I do this, yeah. Aleinu Meshabeach, let me see. Blair, do you want to come? Yeah, we need to rise. And Blair, do you want to come up, open the ark doors? Gotta remember. Thank you. Aleinu Leshabeach Ladon HaKol, לתת גדולה להוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגאי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם כלהנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Thank you. You can stay up here because I'm going to ask you to read the passage, okay, get it for the cottage. Okay, now, bye. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד Please be seated. Okay, and now we turn for words of Kaddish, and I know, Blair, you're celebrating or commemorating a yard site. So, if you would like to read, let me see. If you want to read number 8, it's page 596.
When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but if we dwell too long on our loss, we embitter our hearts and harm ourselves and those about us. The psalmist said that in his affliction, he learned the law of God. And in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silent in their presence and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they're gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as, in their higher moments, they themselves wish to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing.
Okay, thank Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, life and death. And we're commemorating the following yard sites. You have Abraham Schenker, Alfred Ritter, Shelley Shanek, Alice Ellison, Josephine Hirsch, Phoebe Berenson Jacobs, Robert McGuire, and Sandra. We hope this Shabbat is especially meaningful for you, and also for Marie Pastel, for your mother. Rose Rubin, Ira Goldberg, Edna Tash Ifshin, Isaac Schiffman, Juliet G. Averbush, Leah Wagner, and Marie Pastel, Herschel Middenberg, and may we never forget 23. Not sure that it, and Blair, I hope this Shabbat also is meaningful for you. Remember your mom. So we rise as we turn towards a Kaddish on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemech haba, v'yalmad yifrach yutei v'yamlich malhutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechal beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kahi v'imru amen. Yehei shemech haba mevarach le'alam almei almaya, יתברך וישתבח ויפאר וירחמם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילוי מן כל ברכתה ושכחתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמיכן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום הרבה משמיים וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. Sorry, I forgot to warn you about that. And we may be seated. And now I'd like to invite Saul Miller for announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Rabbi PJ is on vacation until Thursday, June 19th. Contact him only in the case of a pastoral emergency. On Thursday, June the 19th, temple office is closed for Juneteenth, which is a federal holiday. Friday, June 20th, 7 o'clock informal Shabbat with Rabbi PJ and accompanist Ron Guthrie. Following our community involvement opportunities on Saturday, June 28th, 7 p.m., Fiddler on Roof. At the whole backstage in Guntersville, support Jeff Lapidus, Sean Fahey, and Valerie Bates. You can order your show tickets online at www.wholebackstage.com. Sunday, June 29th, Vincent Rutherford Equality March in Sedaria, Rion, Pride Fest Social in downtown Huntsville. 10 o'clock, line up once again. TBS will have a group walking in the parade. At 11 o'clock, the parade. For more information, communitypridealliance.org. That's it.
Good. Thank you. And we will be doing the Kiddush and Motzi in the social hall, so everybody can have a sip of wine, grape juice, whatever, and the same with the Motzi. So our final song is Oseh Shalom by Yoel Sykes, and I think most of you have heard this. So let me see this. Oseh שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל במרום אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל במרום אמן. Yai did it die 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 yai die 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 yai did it die 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 did it die did it die did it die yai did it die 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 yai die 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 yai did it die 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 did it die did it die did it die. Oh say shalom bimromav, oh yaseh shalom aleinu ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל במרום amen. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for coming to services, and we shall gather in Social Hall for Motzi and Kiddush.
How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. שבת אחים ואחיות שרק רוצים לחיות, להיות להבות, התקוות בעיניים פתוחות, בידיים אוהבות ומקבלות, ובידיעה שכולנו משפחה, באמונה שתוכנו יש מקום גדול לאהבה. כשהמים זורמים הם אותנו מובילים, מרומים מצבעים, כי אמא שלי הוא ממש חזוי דרך חדשה, כשהשמש עולה על כולנו מהירה. אז עוד שנייה, הנה זה בא, כמו הנשמה, נשמה, נשימה. אני מבקש, כך ניתן מצב רוח לעלות ונתייאש. כשהשן עליי דוהר, בוער, אני לא מהר, לא סופר על העבר, מוותר, מרגיש את הרגע, פוגע במציאות, נוגע, שופע לא גורע, ותמיד יודע שאם לא נפחד, הראש יתחדד, לא ניפרד, נתאחד, כי אמא שלי הוא ממש חזוי דרך חדשה, כשהשמש עולה על כולנו מהירה. אז עם הפחד בצד, שבת אחים ואחיות מאוחד. הנה, הנה, pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to come together in peace and in unity.